Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the first Bokutachi wa Benkyou ga Dekinai OVA. So, yeah, this is apparently out. I actually thought I was going to be done recording for today, and then I got a comment that said, hey, the Bokutachi OVA is out. And I thought to myself, oh, is that so? I guess I'll go check the usual place. And there it was. It was there, you know? It's an OVA, so it's fan-subbed, of course. So it's hard to say exactly what kind of translation quality we'll get, but, you know, it's probably fine. You know, I looked at the comments on the page, and I didn't see anything really negative. There was no, hey, what kind of ESL made this type comment, so I'm sure it'll be fine. So, and I also figured this is a beach episode because, you know, I saw a screenshot of swimsuits, so yeah, that's definitely something worth watching and pretty typical with OVAs, I would say. So, I love this show. I'm glad to get more of it, so let's just get into it and watch. 3, 2, 1, play. I already see or hear giggling, so it's a good sign. The beach is a wonderful, wonderful world, isn't it? Where miracles and dreams come. I mean, everywhere. Like, there's stuff to look at pretty much everywhere, so it's a hard question to answer. So, why are we here with her, though? Like, not who I expected to see first. Set in. We're leaning on the fourth wall here. Yeah, definitely curious about that. And wow, we actually have full-on karaoke with little hearts. That's more than I expected from this. Whew, I've kind of missed this first opening, I'll be honest. Because the second season's currently airing as I'm watching this. But I assume we'll get all of the girls at the beach eventually. But they're probably already there, just, you know, off screen. Tokimeki. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I do kind of want to show a little bit of that just because it looks so nice. Okay, so now let's get into it. That is a good picture. Yeah, definitely wallpaper worthy. It is. What exactly are we doing? Like, oh, okay, I think I'm starting to get it now. They still have that thing going on. That misunderstanding, so we need a good picture. Yeah, these are pretty romantic. You know, even a lap pillow. Wow, this is a good event for him. Like, no, I'm good. I'm content here. Yeah, I bet. You're a pretty innocent boy after all. Yeah, I mean, we should at least show him a picture or two of us banging, so, you know, to really sell it. Yeah, maybe show him a Nahega while we're at it. No problem. Yes, you know, be safe. uh, the father, he makes things happen. He is really suspicious. Like, well, I don't know why he's so suspicious. Like, have they given him a reason to be suspicious? Wow, that shot, that angle, look at you. We're about to do something there. Our level of a quota. But I assume something will happen. So yeah, I guess it means she's just the only one here. So that's that's certainly interesting. So we have a one-on-one time. Yeah, she looks pretty good, doesn't she? I just finally click with you. Well, I can think of a couple places that might be worth looking. Yeah, I think you finally realize what a great position he's in. He should be pretty grateful for this legendary experience. Yeah, that's the screenshot I saw before. Yeah, yours are more than fine. Well, it's completely natural. Nothing to feel embarrassed about. They just kind of, they're there to be seen after all. Well, that's a nickname. Oh no. Well, yeah, I was waiting for something to happen. To do something would prevent them from going back. Oh, well, I think you may have lost something there. I don't know if you realize that yet, though. And I hope you never do. Too bad the camera's on the best spot, but Eureka's got the best spot, so maybe you can tell us about it. Well, now she knows, at least. We didn't need that anyway, we just get in the way. Well, looking down's fine too. Oh no, that's horrible. Whatever shall we do? Oh, well, of course he does that. Your arm is in the way. Just you could at least let me see them before you put the shirt on, but couldn't even let me have that. Oh wow. Okay, maybe I could get behind this. That's not as bad as I thought. This not an improvement, but acceptable. Uh, yeah, this is good. Yeah, if only it was tighter. Senpai is everything. Distract myself. The nickname's improving. Not at all. I'm not at all imagining what we could do in this situation. You messed up my math. Yeah. I mean, you could. So what do we do? Oh, I found it. Oh no. Probably not gonna be that simple though. Oh, divers, okay. What I thought was gonna be like a tentacle monster, like an octopus. You know. I've seen a lot of OVAs in my day, so. I'm not even there and I'm enjoying it, so it's a safe bet. I just wish she had some more shots of her front, That's my only real complaint. Now I'm kind of curious what they were talking about. Oof. Yeah, this is a pretty lucky situation. I mean, maybe the back shots aren't too bad after all. Oh, I see. Well, and we got it. Oh, wow, we found a second one. Oh, does that mean there's another girl? There's another girl missing some clothing? Because if so, we gotta find her so we can deliver this back to her. It's probably one of the girls we know, if I'm being honest. Oh. Man, the dolphin was way ahead of you. Not gonna steal his treasure. Dolphins know what's up. Look at that celebratory dance. Back at home, I see. Guess they're having fun. I bet those Oni-chan senses tingle a lot. Yes, we must punish her when that happens. Oh, wow. Yeah, I did notice that. Don't think I didn't. Good job, siblings, I guess. Oh, well. I guess that girl, that topless girl somewhere, had to figure something else out. But at least it all got resolved, you know. just a little bit. Chotodake. But that's praise, so, you know, we'll take it. You know, you could tell it was genuine. Like, it's pretty clear. He teases you a lot, so you can kind of tell when it's a bit more genuine. Huh. I wonder why. Oh, guess was that a change behind a rock or something? Yeah. Feel more excited if you were a female. Just gonna say that. Oh. Oh, that's a problem. What do we do? Oh, Sensei, okay. And we discovered who lost it. I should have known. I honestly should have known it was hers. So, yeah. Sorry, Sensei, but Dolphin took it. So, gotta give him his shirt back eventually. But of course, the sort of thing would happen to Sensei. Yeah, she's not coming back anytime soon. That's the thing. You might get to know her a little bit too well if she comes back without it, without her full set. But yeah, we can see it there. So, is it a flashback or should I get it back? Oh, my voice. The voice kind of died on me there. So how did she lose it exactly? That's how. We had a sneaky little crab. Who knows what's up. So she was already by the rocks when it happened. She didn't just find that hiding spot. So definitely worse places to lose your top, for sure. But yeah, she couldn't exactly go look for it. Poor Sensei. But you know, one person's loss is another person's gain, I suppose. But yeah, she really does. Yeah, it quite clearly matches. Yeah, because that's your character. Alright, I already gave away a shirt, so that's not gonna work a second time. I mean, you could just, you know, use your arms to cover yourself up and just run. You already involved him in a lot, Sensei. Like, he's cleaned your house, he's done more stuff that... Yeah, you can't stay here forever. I mean, Yuiga could use his hands to cover them up, you know? Nobody will notice. Yeah, we saw a dolphin. Whew, man, she really does look great, doesn't she? Yeah, it's a bit much for Yuiga. It's kind of the second time he's got to experience this in one day, so I'm sure it's hard to get to him. I mean, a man can only get so erect at the end of the day. Can only lose so much blood. Yeah, it's... I know why it's slippery over there, Yuiga, I know. Oh, and there we go. Of course. And... Of course. Of course. Oh, man. I can almost feel the softness on my arm. You know, feels like a bag of sand, right? Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. That wasn't good, Yuiga. Come on. This has been a very interesting trip to the beach. Now she only has half of her arms to cover up. And her arm's not even that big, so she can only cover so much. And unfortunately, without his glasses, he can't even make the most of it. That's a real travesty here. I'm with you there. Oh, he saw I found a building. Yeah, Umi no yeah. Basically beach house, you know. Which they probably translated as that, but I was too busy trying to read the sign to look at the subs when they did. It's kind of an emergency. I at least in the top. Yeah, I will take it. I will take it. Oh wow, we actually do get to see her in it. It's just imagination, but still, I will take it. Oh man. I don't see the problem, Yuiga. You really shouldn't be too picky in this situation. So what's this one? Well, there's more things to take into consideration than just fabric. School uniform. Okay, I was wondering what the deal could be, and yeah. I loved the cheering we got there. Man, Yuiga, you have a way to make amazing situations, don't you? Like again, I'll take this. It was either this or the super skippy one, Sensei, so. Uh, yeah, I don't want to get her bad side. She's already in a bad mood. Man, I really do feel bad for you, Yuiga, that you can't see this. Yeah, I mean, I think this is fine. It fits well enough. Nothing at all. This is literally perfect. Oh, well, thank you, Sensei, but what happened? It's not just Yuiga. You know, if they notice Sensei down there, they're gonna get the wrong idea really hard. Yeah, I know. Maybe she's off swimming. I don't know. It's very similar to certain doujinshi scenes I've seen before. Yeah, stay down there for a while. You know, and while you're down there, you know. Yeah, I mean, you're all dressed. You should be able to go over there now. I know it's a little bit embarrassing, but it's not. I know it's a little bit embarrassing, but like it's not the end of the world. Like you won't get arrested for wearing it, unlike the topless thing. I really wish she would just write her name on the name tag area. That's the only thing that's wrong with it, really. That's half the fun of a school swimsuit. I mean, yeah, without Yuika's help, you'd be in trouble. Everything turned out okay. Yeah, he's not wrong, but some things you don't just say out loud like that. Uh, yeah, she can admit it. Like, seriously, just think about how many situations Sensei's got herself into that you would get helped with. Yeah, you're getting pretty close, but he has to. You can't see her too clearly. Like, yeah, it's not his fault. I mean, he did break his glasses, so... Your face, of course. Like, what'd you think I meant? And then a shower scene, because we haven't had enough fan service this episode. Whew. Oh man. Even got a good shot of that belly. Not the only one. Oh, I guess she got dressed. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's a travesty for them. If only they got to see the good stuff like we did. Goddamn indeed. If only they knew. If only they stumbled upon her at the rocks. Okay. I mean, yeah, her car. 6443. Yeah, nice. Yeah. I wouldn't really let him travel by himself to get home. So, yeah, take the risk with the car, I guess. Uh, I'm sure you'll make it, Yuiga. Just have faith. Okay, so in the end, we only really got focused on 2 girls. And a little bit of Emoto here and there. Yeah, I guess. You know, that Zero Kata Hajimeru whatever line always reminds me of ReZero. Because I think that's kind of similar to part of its title. Whew. It is really interesting how we had kind of a similar plotline repeated twice in the episode. The whole missing top thing. You think they could have shook it up a little bit by having her miss her bottom or something. I mean, that would have been pretty great, honestly. Because, you know, can't really cover up both front and back in that case, so either way, something's visible. Preferably the back. So yeah, we have a stinger. Oh, okay. So we do get to see at least her in the swimsuit, and it is very cute. And Urika with her tan lines, looking fantastic, of course. And Ogata, who's of course packing a couple of weapons of her own. And yeah, that's even Sekijo, who's actually really striking a pose. I don't know, but it's great. Like, I was really surprised and impressed with Sekijo's bit. You know, she's my favorite character, so. Yeah. What that means is at least I want to give the audience this. I know how to translate that into reality. No, it'd be great. You know, to voice me, so anyway. Yeah, English textbook, math textbook, and whatever Ogata has. I didn't quite get to read hers, but okay. So that was the first OVA for Bokutachi wa Benkyou ga Dekinai, and it was good. It was definitely good. We had a beach episode, which is pretty typical for OVAs, I would say, for the most part, especially for these kind of romantic comedy, harem type shows. But the premise of why he went there was apparently the dad is kind of suspicious of his and Asumi's relationship being a legitimate thing, which surprises me a bit because I'm trying to think back to the first season, and I know that they like faked the relationship or whatever, you know, but I can't remember him ever being suspicious of its legitimacy. I could just be forgetting, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I probably have to go back and watch it for season soon eventually. I probably should, honestly, you know, but I probably will soon. Probably after I finish season 2. Just go back in season 1 and enjoy it. But anyway, yeah, he went with Asumi so to get pictures. Like, we had all sorts of nice pictures. Like, we had a lap pillow. I think it was at like a karaoke place. I'm not sure, or maybe it was the cafe. I don't remember exactly. But you got a lap pillow somewhere. You know, taking pictures of all this kind of romantic type stuff, and that seemed to be pretty convincing for him. But apparently, he wanted some beach stuff as well because a real couple, of course, would go to the beach together during summer. Which I guess that's the case. I suppose. I don't see why not. And, you know, things were going pretty normal until Asumi kind of lost her top. In which case, yeah, she couldn't really go back in that state. So Yuiga was asked to give her his shirt, but you know, it's white, it's all wet, so you know, probably didn't quite cover as much as she may have hoped for. So, you know. And actually, the funny thing was that we found not only did we find our top eventually, we found a second one, which belonged to a completely different person. So I was waiting for that to come into play, but I thought maybe it was the Ogata's, but then I thought I don't think black. I don't think that would really suit her style. So then who else did I think it could be? I think Uruka was the second thing I thought, but you know, for some reason, since it didn't even cross my mind, which is weird. I don't know why I didn't, but made perfect sense once I saw her. We actually got a little bit of little sister here filling up the pool for her younger siblings, and they just splashed her with water, which led to some gloriousness of its own. You know, more of that wet white shirt stuff, which is just wonderful, you know, objectively. Unfortunately, she took the shirt with her, which, you know, that was a bit of a problem. And then he goes over to the rocks to change, and what did he stumble upon? No one other than his teacher, you know, doing the typical, you know, hand bra thing, just on her knees behind the rocks. Just how does Yuiga run into these wonderful things so easily? I don't understand. Like, he had a really weird combination of good luck and bad luck this episode, because that situation was really great and all, but then his glasses got broke, so he can only like partially enjoy it, you know. So that's how it goes sometimes, and. We found out how the way she lost it was the crab. Crab liked it. I wonder if that's ever happened to anyone ever, because I have seen that whole crab stealing, you know, the bikini top thing before in anime. But I don't. Has it ever happened a single time in real life? I somehow doubt it. But if that's ever happened, I would love to hear about it, because I think that's borderline impossible. You know, like it would be so difficult to have that situation happen. You know. But yeah, Yuiga definitely got at least a good feel once she slipped on the sea cucumber. That was probably the highlight of the adventure for him. Although it did lead to breaking the glasses, so, you know, could have been better, I guess. And when he actually found a beach house to buy a swimsuit, the first one that he saw was a little bit on the minimalistic side, so yeah, he decided that wouldn't be good for Sensei. But at the very least, we got to see like an imagination sequence for it, so I'll accept that. Although it would have been great if she wore it itself, but yeah, they sort of talked about a second one that he had, and they were quite clearly framing this in a way as this would be like not that much better, you know, like, so I was really curious what it could be, what the swimsuit could be, where it'd be have a lot more fabric, but and yet not be quite what Sensei would want. So started to imagine different things, like, you know, Brazilian swimsuit, I think that one's called, you know, stuff like that started popping into my head. I did not guess at all what it would be, so pretty surprised once I actually got to see what it was, and it was a straight up school swimsuit, you know? Even has the white area where you would write your name. So, yeah, she wears it well. As a general rule, I'm not the biggest fan of school swimsuits on large chested characters. I just don't think it suits her body type very well. I think it looks much better on more petite characters. But, you know, still, somehow regardless, it was very enjoyable, so I will accept it. You know, because in this case, it's not just a matter of being a one piece, but a straight up like school swimsuit. So And she's quite clearly, she's a teacher, you know, wearing that adds another kind of layer to another element of excitement to the whole situation. So I think that kind of helped as well, you know, her embarrassment upon wearing that and how ridiculous she considered the concept of going back and wearing this. I guess she really doesn't want other people to see her like that, you know. And then we had a really nice shot of just like panning down at around like 16 minutes, 27 seconds about. Like that was a really good shot of just all of it from behind, especially when she did that thing that they do like to adjust it a little bit on the back. That was just 10 out of 10 right there. Too bad Yuiga could not see that. But yeah, once the two other people showed up to, you know, and Sensei had to go down to hide from them, all I could imagine was them, you know, like hearing Sensei make a noise or whatever. And they're like, huh, what's that? And they walk a little bit forward and they see her down there on her knees in front of Yuiga, hiding behind the rocks, and them asking what exactly is going on there. Like, that's all I could imagine. I was kind of hoping that would happen, but unfortunately I did not. But oh well. Pretty great nonetheless. So yeah, just a really good scene. And then we got this random shower scene of I think that was a sister. Like, it's hard to tell. She doesn't get much screen time, and it's hard to recognize her when she's not wearing anything. But yeah, she said on Iwachan, so that was quite clearly the sister. So that was a pretty good scene as well. Like, the bits with the sister were so brief, but they were good for what they were. And the random guys were so disappointed about her getting dressed back up again. And you gotta go home in that dangerous vehicle, because like he couldn't just go home by himself without glasses. So it couldn't be helped. Yeah, as far as translation goes, I thought the subs were fine. I had no problem with them at all. Like, I don't think it translated the two random divers what they were saying, you know, but it doesn't really matter. Like, you couldn't tell much about what they were talking about anyway. And then I like how at the very end we had a stinger showing the other girls in their swimsuits. Like, they kind of gave an in-universe reason there a little bit, but the real reason is quite clearly they were not a part of the main story of this episode, but they know the audience also, the writers, you know, they know that the audience still wants to see them in their swimsuits as well. So at the very least, they could give us that service of just seeing each one of them strike a pose in their swimsuit. And they did that, and it was great. I really did not expect Sekijo at all. That was a really nice surprise. Like, I was really happy with that. Like, especially because she had one of the most blatant poses of all of them, you know? Like, just on all four like that she also had the best pose, so... Like, that was just perfection. Like, I don't know what other word could describe it. So, just, yeah. So, yeah, I still can't quite tell what book Ogata's holding. I assume it's like an English, or not English, like a more literature book, because obviously, Utica has the English textbook, you know, obviously, and you have Furuhashi, who has the math textbook, which of course makes sense. So, but I can't actually read Ogata's. It's a little bit above my level, but I assume it's like a literature type book or something, you know. So, and yeah, that was the OVA. It was great. I certainly was not disappointed. I just thought it was interesting how they kind of did the missing top thing twice. That's probably the closest thing to a criticism that I have. I don't know why they felt the need to repeat that the way they did. I mean, I know it was a little bit different the second time. You know, more stealth elements and stuff. Well, I mean, they're both kind of stealthy. I don't know. That was just a weird decision to me. But I enjoyed it, so again, certainly can't complain too much. But yeah, it was great. You know, hopefully we get more OVAs in the future. I know we're going to get more episodes of the second season in the future. So either way, we'll be getting more Bokutachi greatness, and that's something to look forward to. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.